The X-Men comics are known for some incredible highs and, unfortunately, some unforgettable lows. While the X-Men have given us plenty of iconic moments, even the best heroes have stories that sometimes miss the mark. Today on Comic Book Clunkers, we'll explore a few X-Men stories that had us scratching our heads, rolling our eyes, or just asking, what the hell was that? Let's start off with a stinker. Draco from Uncanny X-Men 428 to 434. In this saga, Nightcrawler's origin is rewritten in ways that left many fans cringing. Draco introduces the character Azazel. To be fair, he's pretty cool. He's supposedly a demon from biblical lore and the father of Nightcrawler. What sounds like an interesting supernatural twist quickly becomes a convoluted load of crap. Azazel's motivations are murky and the plot is bogged down with exposition and makes little sense, and longtime fans felt Nightcrawler's compelling backstory was undermined. The emotional payoff is practically non-existent, making Draco a misstep that left many fans disappointed. Now let's touch on the 12. A story which crossed over into Uncanny X-Men, X-Men, Wolverine and Cable. You know it's going to be a good one when multiple artists and writers are involved. This storyline was hyped as a game-changing event. The concept centered around the 12 mutants who were supposedly destined to be the saviors of all mutant kind. However, the story falters almost immediately due to unclear stakes and an uninspired reveal. Instead of a satisfying climax, the 12 gives us a strange plot involving Apocalypse merging with Cyclops, what the shit, which baffled many a reader and added layers of confusion to the X-Men mythos. Despite its epic ambitions, the 12 left many of us feeling completely underwhelmed. Okay, I can't really narrow this one down much for you. All I can really say is just avoid Chuck Austen's pretty much entire X-Men run because it is utter crap. Chuck Austen's time on X-Men, Uncanny X-Men that is infamous among fans. Often remembered for its awkward dialogue, controversial relationship dynamics and nonsensical plots. I mean, in one story, Angel seems to have a romantic involvement with a particularly young character, Husk, in a very bizarre and out of place moment. Another highlights Nightcrawler as the Pope, which felt completely forced. The attempts to add mature themes into the X titles completely missed the mark and left a lasting stain on Austen's tenure within the X-Men. Simply put, this is awful. Avoid at all costs. X-Men the Magneto War promised a climactic showdown but ended up as a pretty dull story. Boring. With no real stakes or impact. The pacing drags on, and the resolutions lack any real payoff. Magneto, one of the X-Men's most interesting villains, is crap in this. Here, his motivationals feels one-dimensional and boring. The Magneto War is pretty much remembered for its failure to deliver the depth and gravitas fans expected from a Magneto-centric storyline. Let's end in another huge multi-book crossover, the catastrophic XofSwords. This ambitious crossover aimed to deliver an epic sword-wielding tournament between mutants of Krakoa and the, I can never pronounce it, Araco warriors, but XofSwords left many fans thoroughly disappointed. While the stakes were high, the execution was inconsistent and bloody confusing. The pacing and several issues devoted to mundane plotlines killed this story dead. What had strange things like dance-offs and diners. The story veered between action and comedies in ways that felt completely jarring. And the central tournament often felt very inconsequential. What should have been an intense, defining moment for the mutants of Krakoa was muddled by unnecessary plot points and missed opportunities. I was promised sword fights and instead I got dance-offs. It was cack. What's worse is this crapfest had huge potential. In fact, the opening and ending chapters are pretty damn good. Sadly, pretty much everything in the middle, it just killed the story dead. Well, there you have it, ladies and gents. The X-Men may be one of Marvel's most beloved teams, but even they've had their fair share of lackluster stories, from messy origins and bizarre romances to forgettable conflicts and controversial missteps. There are stories that remind us that the best heroes sometimes hit a bit of a rough patch in the road. What do you think? Are there any other X-Men fails that you'd add to this list? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this episode of Comic Book Clunkers, please do make sure to hit that like and subscribe for more highs and lows from comic book reading. Thanks for watching.